I still remember the exact second the room went silent. The exact second her refusal changed everything. Because when Eleanor Whitmore, 51 years old, tailored ivory suit, diamond watch catching the light, born into generational wealth and running, 2.8 billion Australian dollars global logistics empire, looked at Marcus Reed, a 48-year-old, black CEO with calm eyes and a steady hand extended, across a polished boardroom table, she didn't just ignore the handshake. She smirked, folded her arms and said, "We'll keep this strictly professional." And the air shifted, sharp and uncomfortable, because everyone in that room felt the insult land like a slap, not just to a man, but to the values she claimed to represent. And Marcus slowly lowered his hand without anger, without words, just dignity, while Eleanor thought she'd won some silent power move, thinking her money made her untouchable, thinking no one could challenge the woman who controlled ports, fleets and supply chains across 3 continents. But conflict has a way of remembering moments people try to bury. And that night, as Eleanor slept in silk sheets, inside her penthouse overlooking the city she believed she owned, something else was happening, quietly, methodically. Because Marcus Reed didn't rage, he didn't threaten. He simply went back to his office and made calls. Not out of revenge, but out of principle. Because respect in business isn't optional. It's foundational. And by morning, Eleanor woke up to a phone buzzing non-stop. Her CFO panicked. Her legal team scrambling. Headlines exploding across screens. Contracts frozen. Partners pulling out. Regulators launching investigations. Because the truth was that Marcus Reed wasn't just a CEO. He was a connector. A trusted voice in an ecosystem Eleanor relied on, but never bothered to understand. And when people asked why alliances were collapsing, why doors were closing overnight, the answer wasn't whispered racism or public outrage. It was accountability, because arrogance leaves a paper trail, and Eleanor had left one everywhere, cutting corners, silencing dissent, dismissing people she thought were beneath her. And now those same people were speaking, not because Marcus demanded it, but because his quiet dignity gave them permission to stop being afraid. And by noon, Eleanor's $2.8 billion valuation evaporated like smoke. Stock halted, lenders called loans, warehouses locked, ships rerouted, and for the first time in her life, Eleanor Whitmore felt small, sitting alone in her glass office, staring at a city that no longer bowed to her name, realizing that power built on disrespect has an expiration date. And when she finally requested a meeting with Marcus, not demanded, requested, she showed up without cameras, without lawyers, just a woman stripped of illusion. And when she apologized, voice cracking, it wasn't for the handshake. It was for a lifetime of believing her success excused her behavior. And Marcus listened, not to punish, not to gloat, but to remind her that dignity isn't something you grant when it's convenient. It's something you practice every day, especially when you think no one is watching. And the twist wasn't that Marcus restored her empire, because he didn't. The twist was that Eleanor rebuilt differently, smaller, slower, forced to earn trust instead of buying silence, while Marcus walked away unchanged, reputation stronger than ever, proving that real power doesn't need to humiliate to win. And as this story ends, remember this isn't just about a handshake. It's about how one moment reveals who you are. And if you believe stories like this deserve to be told, stories where dignity outlasts arrogance, subscribe now and stay with us. Because the next truth might sound uncomfortable too, but it could change how you see power forever.